Summer is here, and if you've been struggling with the heat and humidity like I have, I got great news. Mando has just launched something that takes sweat control to the next level. Introducing the Mando Deodorant Plus Sweat Control Solid Stick. It's double protection. Finally, you can get the odor control you demand with Mando. Plus, powerful sweat control. This is not your typical deodorant, guys. This is clinical strength. 2 times better at controlling sweat than the standard one. One swipe, you're good to go. It gives you double the protection you need, tackling both odor and sweat for up to 72 hours. Mando Starter Pack is perfect, especially if you're a new customer. You'll get a solid stick deodorant, you'll get a cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, and for the grand finale, free shipping. As a special offer to new customers, you will get 20% off site-wide as long as you use my code. And that code is Chael. Use code Chael site-wide at shopmando.com. Enjoy 20% off and, of course, free shipping. Please support the show. If they ask, tell them Chael sent you. When I come to you guys, I do my best to be unbiased. But when I have a biasness, the rule is disclose it. Okay, I have a biasness towards Sean O'Malley, who is trained by my teammate, Tim Welsh. Okay. So, Sean fought so damn good tonight. Sean O'Malley put on his best performance ever tonight. Every version of Sean O'Malley you have ever seen would have lost to the Sean O'Malley tonight. And the first fight with Merab at Sphere was very close. It was officially ruled a 3-2, but Sean didn't agree with that. When that fight was over, Sean was celebrating. He thought he won the fight 3-2. And he gave me a round, and this was like in, what was it, October of last year, and he texted to me and had me rewatch it. But now as I'm telling, I can't remember if that was round 4 or round 5. But he told me, I want you to rewatch it. Just that round. Don't watch them over. Just rewatch this round and do it with the sound off. And I did. And he won the round. And I did not have the official scorecards in front of me. I didn't know why we did this exercise, but I texted him back. I watched it. He said, well, who did you think won the round? I said, you won the round. He said, all 3 judges gave it to Merab. Now, I tell you that story only because if you agree, then there wasn't a lot that O'Malley had to do different. At least in theory, he could go fight the same fight. He's fighting the same guy at the same weight class for the same prize for the same amount of minutes. I mean, not for nothing. If you thought he won the first fight, he doesn't need to do anything different, at least in theory. But he did. He did. He fixed his wrestling. He fixed his scrambling. He created big problems for Merab. And O'Malley was roughly 10% better tonight than the night that he fought Merab. So why did he get finished? If he didn't get finished the first time? Well, Teddy Atlas. Every time I work with him, and I got the pleasure to work with him tonight, he's the best. But Teddy Atlas says, in the world of champions, the night the guy wins a world championship, he will get 30% better, but sometimes even more. Just by winning the championship. Story that I love, amateur wrestling, but it's Mark Branch. Goes into the NCAA tournament 7-8 or 8-7, whatever it was. He leaves national champion. He returns to the national finals every year after that. There's nothing for a guy's confidence like putting the biggest prize on his mantle. And that's what we saw tonight. Merab is better. Merab did better tonight against a common opponent who did 10% better. Like, I can't give Merab his praise. I can't do it. Even with a biasness, I can't do it unless you understand how good O'Malley fought. They were so prepared. That camp and that coach, Tim Welsh, I mean, they did such a good job of breaking down the tape, seeing the positions, even the positions that Sean lost. He knew he was likely to lose. He knows when Merab gets you on the fence and can get to your hips, it's going to be a problem. So now you got to do the next best thing, which is when you go down, protect yourself. He did. O'Malley wasn't getting beat up tonight. He was getting beat. He was not getting beat up. Then on his feet, it was fantastic. He's coming up the middle. He's landing that body. He staggers this way, staggers. I love that footwork he does, where he jukes one way, jukes the other, bum, 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 then he comes straight at you. Vitor brought us something called the march step. And I learned that word by Kenny Florin, but it's where you march. 1 foot, then the next foot, then the next foot, the next foot. But every time you step, your jab hand now becomes your power. So this is my power hand if my right leg is forward. Well, as soon as I step, what would have been my jab hand is now my power hand. And O'Malley does the march step, but he sets it up with this side-to-side motion. It's just a thing of beauty. It really is. Like O'Malley's understanding of martial arts, and O'Malley's skill in the martial arts is so high. And we are seeing guys who are dominant in one position. Khabib comes to mind. Damian Maia comes to mind. Merab comes to mind. Kayla did it tonight, comes to mind. Where they're so dominant at one thing that they can go out and do that one thing regardless of what is being done back to them. And it was just this incredible performance by Merab. And I got to look at Merab. Look, I thought he'd won 11 in a row, and I couldn't believe it. Oh, my gosh. 11 UFC fights in a row. Right off the top of my head. I'm not looking at his record. Off the top of my head, he beat an Olympic champion and 4 world champions. One of them twice. Then I find out it wasn't 11 fights in a row. It's 12. Oh, my goodness. He's only defended the belt twice. Only once in a main event. But he's beat 12 guys, an Olympic champion and 4 world champions, one of them twice. Oh my goodness. Then I find out that's still wrong. It was 13. That son of a bitch has won 13 in a row. I cannot reasonably look at his record. Because I think the rankings are right. I think O'Malley should be 1. I think the rankings are right. I think Nurmagomedov should be 2. I think the rankings are right. Corey Sandhagen comes in at 3. But Merab is now going to be fighting 3, because Merab on his road to the championship already got the Olympic champion and 4 world champions, one of them twice, in the rear view. So now we got to start skipping the top guys and going to the next best thing, and even the next best thing after that, just to find some parity of anyone in the sport that's got a belt right now, Kayla included, of anyone who you could see some longevity from, just because of the way the matchups works, because of who they've already competed with. I think it's Merab. He's a massive star. The crowd loved him. He did everything right. He came out to nationalistic music. Sean O'Malley came out to one of the most nationalistic songs. I mean, it was great. The president's there. I mean, it was just this awesome piece of business with Sandhagen sitting in the front row, presumably waiting for the winner, which turns out is Merab.